I welcome you back to my online tutorials. However, the environment today may be a little bit inconveniencing, but let us hope for the best. Outside there is something which is making noise, but let us hope for the best. Now, we had stopped on introductory part of formally stoichiometry and moral concepts. I had covered some items on the introductory part. We saw how to carry out the different conversions. No, I think we haven't seen. Yeah, conversions we saw. Conversion from moles to mass, then converting to number of particles. We also all those conversions, then calculating relative formula mass. All that was covered earlier on. So far it is 1 week ever since I uploaded that stuff. However, to my surprise, some people are not following. I don't know, they are waiting for January. They're waiting for January so that they start fighting against time. Yes, Africans will always want to work on things towards deadline time. So that's what some of your colleagues are waiting for. Let me show you something to explain further what I'm trying to insinuate. Now, hope my screen is visible. When you go to the YouTube here, particularly to Mwalimu Education Services, that is my screen. Hope you are seeing it very well. Now, these are the videos. These are the videos that I've so far uploaded. Then there is this one. There is this first one, which is upcoming. That is exam items. That one is on the way. Let me hope my screen is visible. I don't know whether you can see those small letters. Now, this was the last. Okay, let me go to the first one, part one. Hope you are seeing my cursor. My cursor is here, then part one is here. Now, part one is showing that so far 27 have attended the class. This part one. However, out of these 27, because on each of these videos, I watch each one of them like 5 times, for a minimum of 5 times. Each video I upload, I must watch it for a minimum of 5 times. Why do I have to watch them? So that next time I improve. Maybe I may communicate something and it's not clear to you very well. So that's why I have to rewatch them so that I see where things were not clear. Maybe I make the necessary adjustments in the upcoming videos. So that's why I have to watch them. So here, part one, out of the 27 views, 5 views are mine. So if I remove them, I'll remain with 22. Out of 27 minus 5, I remain with 22. So implying that 22 students have watched. Part 2, 26, it has 26. Now 26 minus 5, that is 21. As 21 students have watched. 23, that is part 3. Part 3 has 23 minus 5 views. You get 18. So for part 3, 18 I've watched. Part 4 has 19. Now 19 minus 5, you get 14. So 14 students have attended part 4. Then for part 5 has 12. Now has 12 views. Now 12 minus 5, I remain with 7. So 7 students have watched. That is part 5. And part 5, moreover, part 5 is kind of extremely essential because it is going to be helpful in the items that we are going to work out. Why am I saying it is going to be essential? Now, for part 5 here, in part 5, it's where I attempted the items concerning the groundwork on mole concept. I attended to them. I attempted them under part 5. Yeah. So part 5 is essential because it is going to help us in the exploration of the different items to the difference on exploration of the different solutions to the items which I'm going to upload. But 12 students have watched, and 12 minus 5, because 5 views are mine, minus 5, you are left with 7. So 7 now are the ones who are ready to explore on the items which I'm going to upload. So part 5 is essential, but majority have not watched. So similarly, the same applies to part 6. Part 6 is a continuation of part 5, and it has how many? 23. Now 23 minus 5, that is 18. 18 students have watched. Now for me, I'm going to just look on. That's what I can comment. I'm going to just look on. However, we shall see. We shall see. Let me just look on. Africans always want to do things on deadline day. Now you wait. Let me also demonstrate this calendar so that you see it very well. Where is my calendar? My calendar is here. Hope it is visible. Here it is. Now this is my calendar. It has the January of 2026. You may think it is 2025. 2026. Now, since Africans always want to do things on deadline day, I've seen this week that has 18th, where you are seeing Sunday 18th. Now, people are going to become serious in this week that has 18th. Yeah, because they are voting the next president on 15th. 15th will be a Thursday. Now the Electoral Commission will use this period for counting 16, 17, and 18. Then on this 18th day, probably they will announce the next president of Uganda. Now, after voting and the community, the Ugandan community, after announcing the results, the Ugandan community will spend some few days to absorb those results. Now, in this week, they will be absorbing results. Students will be coming back from villages. That's for those who went. Now, here you are going to see people become very serious. Why? It is the last week. It is the last week of the holiday. You are supposed to report back for studies on 24th. Now here on 19th this week, they are going to be serious. And these videos are going to be many. So far they are 6. They are 6 now. I'm uploading the 7th one. So they will be around the I don't know. I don't want even to mention their number because more are still coming. At school I mentioned 8. But for each video, what you have to know is that for each video, that is one lesson. And one lesson is 1 hour and 20 minutes. One lesson is 1 hour and 20 minutes, which are 80 minutes. That is, I said 8 videos, and each video is one lesson. One lesson, which is 80 minutes. Which is 80 minutes. Now multiply 80 times 8. 80 times 8 videos, that is around the 160 minutes. Yeah, so the videos are still coming. Yeah. However, I'll try to reduce on their length. Maybe a maximum video can be for around 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to reduce on their length so that when Africans get serious in this week that has 18th, they do not take too much time. I'll try to reduce on the videos. I record for 10 minutes, then I upload. So that, however, you also have to take note of this. When they become short, like I record a particular video for 10 minutes, when they become short, they also become many. So there are many of them that are coming. And also the other thing which I want to announce, on this week, during the course of this week, when the Africans will be serious, during the course of this week where we have 22nd, this week, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, it will be a Thursday. Hope you are seeing my calendar. It will be a Thursday. And on that day, we shall have an online class. Yeah. Now, some of you may ask, online class, the money is trying to make life difficult for us. No, this is training. Yeah. At university, students, for example, at Makerere, students take on what we call the blended learning approach. They study both online and on campus. Now, on 22nd, we shall have an online classroom via Zoom. So I'll be uploading the link. On 22nd of Jan, we shall have an online classroom. Yeah, I'll be uploading the link, but it will be under Zoom. Zoom is not a difficult app for you to learn. Yeah. So if you have challenges with Zoom, that one, don't worry. You just download your Zoom, put it on your PC or on your Android or on your iPhone. Download Zoom. We shall use it on 22nd of Jan 2026. Yeah, for our online classroom, which shall occur at around 5 p.m. in the evening of 22nd. And in that online class, I'll be answering some of your questions that you'll be having, particularly regarding the things which I'll have uploaded. So take note of that. Mark your calendars. 22nd of Jan is when we are going to have an online session, online classroom, where you are seeing the teacher teaching physically online as you are seated in the comfort of your sitting room or in the comfort of your bedroom, but you are just holding a phone and attending an online session. That's where we are going. Yeah. And this is a training. You may think that I'm imposing myself on you, but it is a training. Yeah, it is a training. Most of you you are not even interested in these things of Morse, stoichiometry, Avogadro, temubyagala. You do not like them. Now, so since you do not like them, let me train you. Yeah, let me train you for other things that are going to be essential in your life. We are not going to eat on moles, no. We are not going to eat on Avogadro, no. Now, this is ICT, where we shall attend an online session. I'll be in that online session. I'll be teaching you, as in via that online session. I'm training you to learn how to use the different learning platforms. Yes, because some of you maybe after your high school education, you'll be taking on roles in academia. Some of you are going to become IT experts. So it is important to explore all these things. So 22nd, we shall have an online session. At what time? 5 p.m. On which app? Zoom. Download Zoom. I'll share the link. If you don't know how to use Zoom, don't worry. Zoom is very easy for all of you to learn. I will show you. It is not a difficult thing. Yeah. Now let me stop sharing and I upload my items.